Another Staccato video on Rider's Range. Stick around, we're going to talk about this, and I hope to even get it out and shoot it here very shortly. Rider's Range has been up on YouTube for a little more than 2 years now, 2 years and 3 weeks actually. The very first video we did 2 years ago was on the Staccato C. We've done several other Staccato videos, including the C Duo, which is my daily carry gun, and we also did a friend's XC, and I got a text from my local gun shop yesterday that said that they got a supply of Staccato P guns in, and I've been looking for one of these and couldn't resist but to stop in and have one follow me home. So here it is, the Staccato P, built for heroes, made in Texas. All the usual paperwork, all the good stuff, and nicely velcroed in place. The Staccato P. This is the DPO. It used to be the DUO, Dawson Universal Optics. It's now the DPO for Dawson Precision Optics model. Don't have an optic for it yet. Hope to get one soon. But it does have the optics plate on it, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Comes with the 20 round mag inserted in the gun, and also comes with 2 more 17 round mags. You hear that, Kimber? I've said this before, I'll say it again. 2 more mags, 3 total. Maybe Kimber doesn't want so many mags because they know their mags aren't as good as many others. Alright, so enough of that. Let's see, it comes with the usual lock. Test target. Nice to see a test target in there. 3 shots, fired 115 grain truncated metal jacket, and this would be apparently 9mm minor. It's got the initials of the person who shot it. Doesn't say what distance they shot it at. We'll find out. Also does come with a Dawson sight adjustment tool with a couple of Allen wrenches. Comes with some precision oil, different rods for the front fiber optic. Comes with a green fiber optic insert. Also has yellow, red, and black and white if you prefer not to have the actual light gathering fiber in there. And the usual other paperwork. A nice Staccato 2011 decal. And I guess at some point I should probably even read over the owner's manual. So comes with a lot of good stuff in a very nice carry bag. Alright, Staccato P DPO. Removable plate. Again, I'm not going to remove it. I'm not going to do anything to violate YouTube guidelines here. But when this whole plate comes off, it has a couple of different plates for different optics. This particular one has I believe it was a .285 height front sight on it, and co-witnessed with the rear, which would be called a suppressor height sight, but that's designed for the their optics. If you put the Trijicon RMR on it, or the Trijicon SRO, it's going to have an optics plate, which will give it a co-witness with the sights. The loophole delta point, which I'm considering getting for this, actually mounts directly to the slide once you take the plate off, and they've got an additional sight that goes onto the back of the loophole sight, of course, and that will still co-witness with this. The loophole sight being a little thicker than the Trijicon. All right, so we are unloaded. I haven't even taken this apart to do a full inspection on it yet. It does have a lot of lubricant on it, but I'm going to check to make sure that everything is properly lubed before I take it to the range. So your typical Staccato. Front and rear cocking serrations that are widely spaced, very aggressive. And of course, this is 9mm, if I didn't mention that before. Pretty much everything coming out of Staccato is 9. They used to make 40s and 45s. I don't recall if there's any of those on the website right now. It's got a modular frame, and the Staccato C still has a modular frame, but it's polymer and aluminum, whereas the P is polymer and steel. along with the steel slide, almost flush, slightly reverse crown barrel on it. Certainly has a rail on it if you want to hang something on it. And if you shoot in the Lena Mikulik style, you can put a couple of fingers on the front of the trigger guard. I don't, but it's got decent texture. My complaints about the Staccato C, of course, have been the lack of assertive texture on it. The texture on the front of the grip on the P is a little bit more pronounced. Also, just a little bit more pronounced on the side and on the back. Totally different type of texture on the back than the original C. So we'll see how this works out in the range. Now, I've never been a huge fan of double stacks in a 1911 style, but this one, it fits the hand nicely. The fact that it's a polymer grip makes it thin. It doesn't have, it's not like a steel frame 1911 with grip panels outside of that, which make it fatter. So, workable. I can get my hand high enough up on the grip safety to make it work. Very positive engagement, ambidextrous thumb safety. Let's see. The mag release button on this does protrude a little bit more. One of my complaints about the C was the magazine release button is small and, well, not so much small, but it doesn't protrude much and very difficult to get my thumb around there in a shooting position, even with a single stack. With a double stack here, the magazine release button does stick out quite a bit farther. Polymer trigger face, it does have an adjustable over travel stop, and this one is already set up so that there is virtually no over travel on it. Typical 1911 trigger feel. Like it. There's no noticeable creep in there. Very short reset, short movement of the trigger, and when I weighed this thing out initially, I came out at just a shade over 3¼ pounds. Nice feel to it. Fully ramped barrel, as most 9mm 1911 style pistols are coming out. Of course, they're calling this a 2011, not a 1911. It does have the American flag on the right side, and again, it's flying the correct direction for being on the right side of the gun. Very significantly pronounced magazine well on it, and it feels like it's I don't know if this is polymer or aluminum. It's a good question. But it definitely helps funnel magazines in for a quick reload. It's a little bit relieved, so you can still get in there to get even normal size magazines out if you need to. The magazines are pretty chrome plated. Some of the earlier ones came out with I believe it was black magazines. These do have the 2011 logo on them. 9x38, I'm not sure what the 38 is. And same thing on this one. And these all say 9x38 on them. Again, 20 round mag on the extended one here. Anxious to get it out to shoot and see how it works. Of course, it doesn't fit in any of my holsters, and I've got a huge collection of holsters and it doesn't fit in any of them. So I had to order one for it. That's coming. We'll see how it works. Oh, something I just noticed here almost looks like a star on the bottom of the grip. Interesting. And if I'm going to keep this thing around as a range gun, which I certainly anticipate I'm going to do, I'm going to need more than just 3 magazines, even though 17, 34, 54 rounds, so a whole box of ammo plus out of just the 3 magazines, but now I got to have at least 2 more to go along with it. Problem is, these things are about $60 a piece right now, but we'll see how that shakes out. All right, so that's a quick look. Oh, before we get on, we talked about the trigger and everything else except how much this gun weighs. So the gun itself, let's stick with the 17 round magazine, weighs in at 37.2 ounces. That is 2 pounds, 1.2 ounces. If you add 18 rounds of 115 grain ammunition to go along with it, we're now at 44.6 ounces. That is putting it up into steel frame 1911 category, but we've got 18 rounds here. So obviously that is more than your steel frame 1911. Is this going to be a carry gun? Yeah, I could. Do I plan on it? I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out. I may have to get the Staccato C2 Duo to look at the option for a carry gun on it. But we'll have to figure out what to compare this to, because I really don't have anything. It's the function might be similar to a Canic, but this is not at all going to be equivalent to my TP9 SFX. The fact that it's a double stack could be equivalent to a Wilson EDC X9, but again, different purpose, different grip size. So I don't know. We'll see what to compare it with. We're going to see if we can get some range time in there. And if we do, we'll roll that in. And otherwise, in the meantime, if you like the gun, great. But if you like the video, even better. Hit the thumbs up button to show that you do like it. Helps us get noticed on YouTube. Share, subscribe, click on the notifications bell. Comments on this down below are highly appreciated. Comments on anything other than this particular video, send them to info@ridersrange.com. We'll get back with you by email. And that is a maybe not so quick look at the new Staccato P DPO out here on Riders Range. Thanks for stopping in.